Don Westfall back in downtown Mankato. Dan McCarger getting reassembled one more time with the correct headwear in terms of our post-game show, and we'll close things out for the regular season and look forward to what the postseason will bring us next weekend here in downtown Mankato. But again, unfortunately for the Mavericks, obviously the disappointment, while they still are the co-champion, they would have liked to have won it outright. Didn't work out that way, but as you had indicated to Coach Hastings, Dan, you're still champions, and there's still every goal that you set for the season is still in front of you. And to some degree, games of this magnitude, games of this intensity are not certainly, it doesn't help you in pairwise. We get all that. But the level of intensity the Mavericks played with, I think, could bode well for them as far as moving into the postseason.
Well, pairwise probably wasn't going to happen anyway. It just didn't seem like the math could happen for the Mavericks to make it pairwise. They're going to have to win the Broadmoor Trophy. First or second seed, you win the conference title. It really comes down to, in the championship, you don't get the last change, and that's it. So, it would have been nice, your fans, for your seniors to win this game tonight, but in all practicality, it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
One goal in the contest. We don't going to have a ton of highlights to show you because obviously in a 1-0 game, and that came all the way back halfway through the first period of play. And as far as goals go, it's going to count. But Dan, it was simply a shot that came from the point, and it's going to take a carom off the back dasher. And before Bluger and Huggins could clean up on that rebound, Brendan Harm simply taps it into the open net, and that is the only goal of the contest.
Well, and the interesting thing, when it happened, we talked about saying, this could be the end of the game. This could be the final score, 1-0, because of the way the Beavers play. And they played that way the rest of the game. They just absolutely shut the Mavericks down from there on out. Mavericks had opportunities, but they just bottled it up so well, and when they get the puck, they'll dump it out all night long, and that's what they did. So close, so many chances, just unable to finish.
Mavericks, a ton of opportunities, and the heat and the intensity picked up. The Mavericks in that third period of play, Dan, out shooting the Beavers 21-5, and they did everything but put in that goal, at least to tie it up. So you take a look at our game summary again. Shots on goal, 38-23 in favor of the Mavericks. Neither team with a power play goal actually on the weekend. Penalties really weren't part of this contest. It was just more, as we talked about last night, Dan, the importance of the goaltending. That did not establish last night. Michael Bitzer threw up the wall tonight, and he's a guy who came in with outstanding numbers on the weekend. We knew we were going to get a different game tonight. We got it, and it was a 1-0 win, and Bitzer just kind of outduels Huggins.
Well, 3 goals on 9 shots is just unheard of for a goaltender who has a 1.98 goals against for his career in over 50 games. So you saw the real Michael Bitzer tonight. He was strong. He didn't give up a lot of rebounds. When he did, his defense was able to get a body on it and a body up with the Mavericks and get a stick on it and get it out of there. So this is the type of game the Beavers can play, and that's why you don't want to see these guys in the playoffs just because they have the ability to do this to anybody in the nation. They get down and they're in trouble, but they get up on you, they can really clamp it down.
Our play of the game, we're going to go right back to the lone goal in the contest. Of course, J. Beal Real Estate Group, they are supplying us with our highlight and our play of the game. And we'll take one more look at it here. Again, J. Beal top floor play of the game. J. Beal Real Estate Group does the little things that make a big difference. The goal, not fancy, it works. It's a 1-0 contest, so Dan, that'll close out that one, as again the Mavericks just unable to convert there. But again, the intensity, the things that the Mavericks did throughout the contest only is going to bode well as we move into the postseason. As you see the big score there, Michigan Tech with the win and the Maverick loss, now tied for the conference championship. Other scores around the league, Dan?
Well, Bowling Green has got to be just so upset with themselves for letting it get away because they could have tied for the conference crown, but they lost at Alabama last night. They win tonight. Superior State locks up their spot, beating Fair State tonight. Alaska, Anchorage, and Alaska getting underway. St. Cloud just destroying Colorado College tonight. UMD wins. And as you look at the WCHA final standings, the 2 teams tied with 39 points. Tech will get the number 1 seed, the Mavericks the number 2 seed because of the amount of conference victories, the difference in conference victories. So here are the brackets for the tournament. Michigan Tech and either Alaska or Alaska Fairbanks. The Mavericks will host Lake Superior State next Friday and Saturday. Fair State in Northern Michigan, and then Bowling Green and Bemidji all Friday and Saturday this coming weekend, and possibility of games on Sunday.
Lake Superior State, if you're wondering, we saw them only appearance against the Mavericks this year. Yes, I'm going to look down here. I got to pull this one out, but it was Lake Superior State, an 8-0 loss here to the Mavericks back at the end of January, and then a 5-1. It was a very convincing weekend for the Mavericks, and we would have nothing but an expectation that the Mavericks would again against that team in that matchup. Obviously, the Mavericks clearly the favorite team.
They'd be the clear favorite. If they come out and play the way they played this weekend, they'll be just fine. Lake Superior State does not play the way the Beavers play. It would be very shocking if the Mavericks don't get a weekend sweep next weekend.
Let's call it what it was, because Bemidji State played a great game tonight, and they deserve the win. We'll give the credit to them, and good luck to them in the tournament as well. Might get a chance at them in a couple weeks in Michigan during the final weekend of WCHA playoff play. But again, we're back here next weekend. Friday night, Lake Superior State in the building. Dan McCarker will be there, myself, Don Westfall, along with the rest of the students from Bethany College. We'll all be here as well. We hope you can join us. We'd rather have you in the building, but if you can't make it, 6:30 the pregame show on Friday night, 7:07 the face-off from downtown Mankato. Again, that does it for tonight's broadcast, where our final score, one more time, Bemidji State 1, Minnesota State Mankato nothing.